Hi guys, this is Pestillion and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. In this video, I'm going to talk about my economy overhaul idea. It really came to fruition from playing Deadly Slob's Hardcore Challenge, as well as talking to other people within the community, like guys from the team, and I was talking to Clean the other day about some of these ideas as well. So guys, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. Now I just want to state right here, this whole idea is not battle stage game idea at all. This is purely just from the community of being able to talk to other people about how the whole looting system and the economy system works right now. Currently in Escape from Tarkov, you go into a raid and before you leave the raid or as you're looting items, you are looking for the most expensive items to take out of the raid. So you say you find a lion, you know that's going to sell for 150,000, takes up 6 squares, so you'll try to extract with that. But if you were to pick up, say, an AK-74, you're not going to really want to loot that item because it's 6 squares for about 30,000 or 25,000. So you're actually just going in there to try and loot the most expensive items you can, so you can sell them later on. So you'll exit the raid. If you can sell it on the flea market for more, you will do so, or unless you're lazy like me and you'll just vendor it anyway. And then you'll sell items to traders so you can make some money that way. Then with all that money, you'll purchase the items you actually want to use. So there's no real emphasis of looting items in the raid, unless you kill a high-geared, sweaty person that's got all the best gear on. But even then, you'll still loot their M4. If you don't like M4s, you'll just vendor it. So anyway, going back to where I'm saying, so you'll sell the items, and then you'll purchase the items you want to use. So for example, you might come out with 200,000 or 300,000 rubles worth of gear, sell that stuff, then you can buy a loadout worth 200,000 to 300,000, or you obviously save up some money over time, and then buy the loadout you want to use. Now that's the current format for Escape from Tarkov. But I actually have been thinking about this overhaul idea where the whole economy system, the loot system gets changed, totally flipped. Because like I said, it's loot, sell, and then buy the stuff you want to use, and then go back into a raid to loot more. The new idea I've been thinking about is it's kind of like this. So the whole theory behind it is based around going to raids and actually finding items that you actually want to use yourself and extracting from with that. The only way this is going to work is if cash doesn't really have as much of a relevance as it currently does right now. So this is the way it would have to work. So this first step to do, all traders only sell staple items for cash. So you're talking, say from therapists, you'll be getting like AR2 bandages, AR2s, bandages, painkillers, and then some item cases, because obviously like space is important. Propor would be like some pistols, the Saiga 9, at least one of each of the base ammos, maybe 2 of them. Ski would be the shotguns with some base mods and some ammo. Mechanic would be the Glock with some base mods. Ragman would be pretty much exactly the same. I actually think Ragman level 1 is probably where it should be at for this whole idea. And then Peacekeeper would be like the P226R and maybe like an MP5. Now, the next step would actually be make every other item they're currently selling a barter trade. You actually have the majority of the items in the game barter trades, and therefore cash no longer has much of a relevance. You'll go into a raid, you'll have those items, and then you'll come out with those items. You can either do barter trades with them, or you actually focus on looting items you actually want to use yourself. Now, the next step being step 3 would be to actually buff the amount of the items in the game. So when you go into a raid, the focus is now going to be on finding stuff like gun parts. You want to find any type of the gun parts, say either the entire gun, or you actually start finding receivers. So you actually build up your own guns. So say you found like, I'm going to use the M4 as an example. In this raid, you might find the M4 receiver. The next one, you might find the barrel and a muzzle. Then you might already have a pistol grip that you found, and you actually build the guns up yourself. Then you might be able to find really awesome parts and really shitty ones, but then you could build up these cool guns and giving purpose behind finding these guns. As well as that, you'll have like really good gun mods and shit gun mods, and then you want to have all the ammo types in the game lootable. The majority of the items, particularly the highest tier, should only be found in raids as a rare spawn. So you actually get excited when you find like, I don't know, that SA-58 receiver, so you can actually build an SA-58, or you might actually find the whole gun, like on a player scav. And then, yeah, so then with the ammo, you need to be able to find all those ammo. So you know the ammo crates, the green ammo crates, they should be completely filled with ammo, all types. From the best to the worst, in small stacks, in big stacks, in boxes, so you got full boxes, all that kind of stuff. This would increase the focus on when you go into a raid, if you actually see something you need to make a gun or something like you're building up something, that would actually be the purpose of you coming out from the raid with those items. So the fourth step to make this actually be able to work is to increase the stash size, particularly the standard account. You'd be needing probably about 50% extra space on a standard account. Edge of Darkness is probably sitting somewhere good for this. You probably wouldn't have to change that at all. But the whole focus around this would actually change the whole dynamic of the game. You're no longer just trying to make a big bankroll of cash and then buying all the items. And it's going to be a lot harder to go into every single raid fully geared over and over again just to be taking in the best M4 loadouts and best armor, because you're actually going to either have to barter trade and find those items, or you're going to have to use the flea market to barter trade within that. Now, the fifth and final step to actually complete this whole economy overhaul would actually be that I think the flea market would need to have a lot more ability to sell items. So currently, as soon as you start selling stuff on the flea market, is that you've got a 0 trader rep. You start with 3 items, and as you progress over time, you can open up more slots. Now, it works out to be it's a lot. It's around 10 million rubles, I think, per one trader rep. So it actually takes quite a while to level this up. You need about 1 billion rubles transferred through the flea market to get to the point where you actually have 100 trader rep, which I think is around, that's where I'm at now. My main account's around 15 slots. I think it wouldn't really hurt too much if everyone had 10 slots away from the start. And this would actually help so we could actually barter more trades throughout the game. And actually have more focus on bringing all the items out we can to sell them up on the flea market. Also helps alleviate some of the space issues that people might have from having too many items in their stash. So what does this actually do? Well, with this change, the game goes from being a looting items for selling by looting the highest dollars to actually finding items to use and actually the items you want. Putting it in that realm of a bit more of a survival game, as well as in the hardcore category, then actually just going in, finding mass dollars, getting out, buying items, and then just doing that vicious cycle. The flea market will really help facilitate trades of items you actually want to buy, but this also means that traders won't dictate the prices of items on the flea market. So, for example, if an item is rare within the game, it's going to be harder to acquire, and therefore you're going to be using the flea market to buy these items. And it also puts rarity on top tier loot, making it so even the most full-time players like streamers and guys that know life the game like myself actually won't be able to just go fully geared every time, because it's going to be difficult to find those items. It's players are going to probably want to hold on to those items more than sell them, and they're not just going to be flipping them straight from the trader from doing barter trades. But most importantly, this will also change the flea market being dictated by trader price to the players will now control the value of items on the flea market. It would pretty much become down to the demand of items we actually want to use and the rarity of in the game. So I know this is a bit out there idea, and it's literally, I'm just looking more for if you guys like the idea behind it. I don't actually believe it'll ever go into play, but I feel that with the current system of the game, it's really just, it turns into this grindy game, particularly later on, where people can just grind out cash, have these hundreds of millions of rubles or bankrolls, flipping items on flea markets from traders, and it really just shows how, with a bit of time, pretty much any player can just have this bankroll of unlimited money where they can go into raid fully gear 100% of the time. And I don't know, it pulls away from that survival aspect. And this is why people like Deadly Slob and myself, and I know a lot of other people are trying out in the community saying they're enjoying the hardcore challenges, where the focus is on actually barter trades and not using the flea market. Look, I'm going to leave this out there for you guys to talk about. I really want to hear some creative feedback. I know some people are just going to be like, this is stupid. He wants to dictate the game in his terms. I don't really care. This is me just having a bit of fun talking to you guys about some ideas I've got. And I've got a couple more crazy out there on, so I'm going to make videos on this week. So guys, thanks for watching another video. I just want to say here, next week I am going away for the whole week. I'll be away on my honeymoon. So if you see some videos that are either from old highlights that I've made and just haven't posted yet, and some lacking of the live streams. Don't fear. I'm just going to be away on my honeymoon, driving around New Zealand a little bit, doing some skydiving with my new wife. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, that's right. Thanks for watching another video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for future content. I stream on Twitch 6 to 7 days a week, so for next week. Go down the link below. Give me a follow there. If you've got any taco questions, feel free to hit me up on my live stream or down in the comments below. And lastly, I'll see you next time. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free.